Hi, how is everyone? I wanted to share with you my ephemera holders that I made. I made these quite a few weeks ago, but I didn't have the finishing touches done, and I'm pretty much all done now, and I thought I would turn on the camera and show you guys what I made for my ephemera holders. I previously was storing my ephemera pieces, kind of like my fussy cuts and all that, in those big clear folders, or big clear envelopes, and they worked well. But then I thought, okay, I'll make them and put them in books so they're a little bit more organized. So let me share with you. I made four different ones. One's over here that you can't see. It's over here. I made four different ones for myself for the ease of grabbing them, and I'll explain as I go through them. So let me stand these up over here off to the side, and we will go through them. So I'll tell you my thought process. So my thought process on these was to make them like my glue books that I make. So I made a wide spine. They're all made out of hardcover books. And these are not sewn in, and I'll explain that in a minute. But I wanted mine grouped three different ways. I wanted all my fussy cut ladies to be in one, fussy cut people, persons, that kind of thing. The other one, I wanted to have it, so this was my nature. So this is all my fussy cut birds, butterflies, trees, that kind of thing. So I'll explain that one. And then my other one, I wanted it all to be grouped as all of my children fussy cut stuff, okay? So that way, when I'm working on, say, like a little golden book, and I want children's type stuff, all I have to do is grab that journal or book or ephemera holder. If I'm doing ladies and people, then I can grab this one. Then I made a smaller one for all of nothing but labels, and we'll go through that. So those are my three categories, and then my small labels. So let's go through this one. This one is a book of 1950s fashion on the 1950s. I just love it that it has living dolls, Hollywood dreams, that kind of thing. I put some ruffle down here. I put, some sequin trim, and then here is my spine. And again, like I said, it's probably, what is it? 2.5 inch spine on these. And then here is the back. It's just plain. I haven't done anything to the back of the book. And then I just made some little dangles here. This one spells out vintage, and then these are just some beads. And then this is I thrifted this. This is kind of I really don't even know what it is, but I put it on here. I just love it. It's neat. This is upholstery fabric here. All right, so this is how I did mine. So I kind of watched lots of different people's versions. So there's the clear pocket versions, there's, cardstock, there's all different types that I seen out there. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try 3 different types. And I made them all 3 different ways. And at the end, I'll probably tell you which ones I like the best. But so first of all, this is not a sewn in signature. These are in here with the, let me show you here. These are all in here with cord, so I can move these around if I feel like it. If it's not working for me, I can move it around or change it or whatever. So what I did is these are all file folders. So these happen to be some decorative file folders. They're really thick and heavy. And then I did some with some cardstock or scrapbook paper type. And then I put them, so they're just all in here like that. So I did it that way. I put some tabs on. Again, it's all file folder. These are all my people. This is a blue file folder. Here's big fussy cut ones. And again, I made them all, you know, different sizes, lengths. This is all kind of like my children's type, not cartoonish, but illustrated instead of more picture. Here's all like Tim Holtz people. And then on the back here is just people that have like another image with it. So I put those in here. Then I did a different style where I had these clear plastic folders. So these are all glued on with my art glitter glue. So I tried 3 different ways. I tried several different ways. This has been put on by like the red tape adhesive. I can tell you that the adhesive was faster, but I don't like it that you can see it through here. It would work, of course, if you use scrapbook paper because you're not going to see it, or cardstock, but you're not going to see it. But so now this section is all like vintage cutouts. So like here's old-fashioned phone, you know, all different types, you know, TV dinner. Here's a TV dinner cutout. So the first section was all my ladies. This is all vintage cutouts. Okay, so we'll just keep going here. Like this is all cars. This is all kind of like kitchen appliances and kitchen household type stuff. So I have it grouped like that. This is kind of all my clocks. Now we're into the food. So this is all food. And then these are all like vintage advertisements, you know, all different types of stuff like that. Here's, remember Life? So stuff like that is in that one. Whoops. This is a belly band this way for things that I can stick in here, or if I have an envelope of really tiny small stuff, all I have to do is just stick my envelope in here. So that's the reason for this one. This is like a belly band. All right, so we keep going. Here's all different kinds of other types. Here's, you know, here's bicycles. Here's all kinds of coins and cutouts. And then now these are all paper doll cutouts here. Here's the girls. So it's all paper doll stuff in this one. And of course this is all empty yet, which I haven't filled. So I love this style. I love this style. The only thing I would have did different is I would have put a notch. I would have put a notch here in my, this is a game board, here, book, you know, book board. Like from a Monopoly game or Scrabble board game. So it's really thick and heavy, but I would have put a notch in here to keep these, they're tight, they're not moving anyways, but I just thought it afterwards to do that. So that's what I would have did. So this one, again, is all my ladies and vintage type stuff. So that is that one. Now let's look at my nature one. So this is my nature. So this has trees, butterflies, birds. This is a Birds in Bloom hardcover book. The words of it was here, but I put some upholstery fabric here and put some little die cut types for that, some lace. Here is some more upholstery fabric. This is a vintage button. And this I used the kind of like jute cord. And then this is my kind of my bead dangle just for looks. So I used wood beads because wood is nature. And then there's a feather there for the birds. And then here's the back. I have not done anything to the back yet. Again, I might take scrapbook paper and go over the whole thing or something. So I might do that. So let's take a look at this style. Okay, so this one here, again, is file folders. But this one has all the clear acetate. This is like a little bit thicker plastic. So these are all little flowers here. This is a book page that I had already glued onto this for another reason, but I needed this and I thought, why not have a, you know, a window there? Okay, so then here's another little pocket up here with these flower petals. So now I'm in all of my green items here. So again, this one I sewed on. So I sewed, I glued, and I used tape. I will tell you the other trick or issue that I had with sewing is that if you sew, then you have to have both of these plastics like go over the edge and then sew them together. I thought sewing them was a little bit more tedious work and, you know, a little bit more work. Then I also thought about these CD pockets. They work great to tuck in, and you know, you can add it in here. So I sewed this in. I like that idea for just my trees. This one here, these are just glued on, and these are all of my kind of like garden type ones. Now this page, I took baseball card. Oh, sorry, there's a little glare. This page I took baseball. I sewed through it here, and then I put on washi tape just to kind of give me some division. So these are all little pockets for fussy cut like this. So I did all different styles just to see what I liked best. Then again here, I got, these are all sewn on. So these are all my flowers, and here's my cord that holds them in the middle. And then I go to my glued pockets. These are all my tall, this is a belly band here, just to hold like these big tall roses and big tall, you know, leaves and stuff. So this is an empty pocket, I haven't used it yet. So this is the end of the first one. Now I'm on butterflies. So again, I just didn't do any matchy, you know, I just, whatever I felt like doing, you know. Here's more butterflies. These are all big ones. And then here's bugs. Then I did small pockets here. Then I tried vellum. So here's some vellum. Same thing with the vellum. This I glued on with Fabri-Tac glue. And let me see if I can peel it off. I can, see. So I'm not fond of that. I'm not fond of using the Fabri-Tac with the vellum because the vellum must have some type of coating on it, and see, I can peel it right off, so I'm gonna have to go back, and I can't put it through my sewing machine because I have different kind on the back, but I may have to, you know, use a different glue or something for this. So I'm not happy. I won't use vellum again. So far these are holding up really, really well. So I like these. And here's my animals. Here's another big pocket I haven't filled up yet. Here's the vellum. Let's see, did this one I glue down? Yes, this one I glued down. So here's a deer here. This one I did a flip out on it. So this is all more wildlife. Now here's my birds. These are all sewed on, the clear. And then I sewed on vellum here. And then these are glued on. And then I had this smart idea. I'm like, why am I using like my, you know, the red tapes and the, you know, two-sided tape when I actually had these stickers. I had a roll of stickers, and I thought, why don't I sew the pocket onto the sticker? Then I can peel the back of the sticker off and stick it in my book. And I'm like, oh my God, that was so much better. That was like a light bulb, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. I would definitely do that again. But the only thing is these stickers that I have are just this size only. They're like shipping label stickers. So you could put 2 or 3 of them, or 2 together side by side if you want to just happen to do 3. But I did like that. That was fantastic. So there's more. So I kind of just grouped my birds a little bit. This one, yeah, this one's on there. More birds, and then my hummingbirds, and then my last pocket here. So, oops, I got his nose bent. There we go. So there is my wildlife one. So I just love these. I just love, love, love them. They're a little bit easier to look through instead of, you know, getting an envelope out and then I have to pour the envelope out and then try to thumb through what I'm looking for. And these are kind of a little bit better to do. All right, so this one is all of my children. This one was fun. So this one's my fun with learning. I just thought it screamed what I'm looking for is, you know, child's stuff. So then here I did it really, you know, retros, really orangey, kind of vintage upholstery fabric here. And here's just a little bronze charm with some like sari silk. And so there is that one. And these are all relatively almost exactly the same size books. All right, so now let's take a look at this one. This one I used really heavy book pages just to make it decorative and fun. And see, here's a fussy cut fish that goes in there. Here's a lion that I fussy cut. So there's, you know, a pig. So there's all different kinds of things. I just love the children look of this. This is all just file folders. Again, here's larger ones. And then I did some clear with washi on some of these. Here's some more. Here's some children. And then, so here's, you can see the clear pocket here where I use the tape. Let's see if that's holding up. Yeah, that's holding up okay. So, like I said, I haven't filled this all completely up with everything yet, but here's my kind of like large book pages. Look at that bunny rabbit. Okay. So much fun. I just kind of, you know, made my little pockets just fun and no really, you know, rhyme or reason to anything. So these are all 3 pockets here from, you know, the like trading cards there, and I kind of cut a little scoop to get things out. There's that one. Here's some tall stuff. Here's kind of more children's vocabulary, dictionary type stuff here. See, I don't have much in it yet. I got a lot more to go. I gotta fill this up. So again, here, these are all sewn. I put washi tape there just so it's a definition, you know, to look at. Saul Berenstein Bear, Richard Scarry. There. And then that's the back. These are large pockets. So that was that one. I've got to get some more fussy cut going so I can fill this one up. Alright, so I have my vintage and my ladies, my nature, and then all my children. Then I needed something to put all of my labels in. So then this is a hardcover book. I covered it with scented it's scented drawer liners, those vintage ones. They come in a box, like, and you know, there's a set rolled up in there with like sachets and stuff. And so I covered that. I just loved it. And then I found this book page in a Reader's Digest. It doesn't matter what it says, but it's just, in the dusk of that enchanted night, we believed we were in a world of our own. And it's just kind of, you know, really old vintage. It was one of the stories in the book. And I just thought it was really pretty because it matched these old world looking flowers, like. And so I just tore it out. And I thought, okay, this is going to be my cover. I am a very simple person. I don't like things over, like, too much to look at. So that's what I did with this one. This one's a little bit smaller. This one is about 6 3/4 by 9 3/4. So let's take a look at this. This is totally different how I did this one. So this one, I'm not finished yet actually with this one. I need to put some pockets here, and I'll put some pockets on here. But this was just a blank book, you know, I covered it with the paper and I put the end papers in, and that was it. Then I had this smart idea of this kind of, it was a kind of like a photo album for trading cards. So I took it apart here from the book that it was in. It was kind of in like a binder book. So I took it apart, and then I added some, I like doubled, tripled some ledger paper together because I wanted it to be green. And I put it together, and then, I don't know if you can see it, but I hand sewed this whole, like, signature of this card, clear card pockets. I'm not sure what you really call it. You know, trading card thing. And I sewed it onto this. So let me see if you can see it. But I hand sewed that. If you can see it there. But I hand sewed it because they were like holes, and then it was like machine holes, and then there was glue that glued it onto the vinyl of the binder book. So I hand sewed that on, and then I sewed it, glued it into the book itself. Okay, so that's how that is in there, and I'm like so happy with it. Okay, so this is all nothing but my like little labels. So here I just glued on all these little pockets. I used some book pages. Then what I did is, and then these are my sayings, like little card sayings and like that kind of labels. So then the issue I had is I wanted to be able to utilize it. Oh my goodness! Utilize it on two sides. So I'm like, okay, how can I do that? Because then I have labels facing. So if this wasn't in there, then, you know, you would have labels facing each other and you wouldn't be able to tell which is which. So I thought, book pages, why not? So I took all these book pages, cut them all down to fit all of it. Now I actually have a background, and then you can see what is inside the pocket. So I did that. Oh my god, I was so happy with that. So like, here's all my brown labels, like coffee dyed. And then you just, you know, see? So then here's a whole bunch of them in there. Yay! You can easily pull it up, pull it down. Same thing with this side. So they're all grouped together, and they're easy to see. And I can see if it's, you know, if it's a cutout or if it's a solid one. I have two in this pocket. Here's a small one down here. Then I started going into my colors. So then here's all my color labels. And I love this too. And then what I did is I put my tall ones here. And that's the reason that I did not make the book, or find a book that fit this. So I made this fit this, so that tall stuff would come out of the book, or come out of the pockets, and it wouldn't damage, you know, like when you're hitting it on the bookshelf or whatever, it wouldn't damage or wrinkle all of these labels. So if I explain that right. So then, of course, I just keep going, and these are just all of my colored labels. And then here's different kinds of labels. Here, this is all green ones, book plate type labels. And then these are all empty. I haven't filled it up yet. And then again, I have all these pockets back here on this page and this page and this page that I can fill up yet. So I absolutely love this. I love this. So I just wanted to share with you how I made my ephemera holders. And I'm just so pleased with them. They sit on my bookshelf. They look really pretty. And I can grab which whenever I need. I didn't want everything, you know, like in one. So I chose to do it this way, and I'm just so happy with it. So I just wanted to share that with you. Wanted to share my thoughts on whether to do, you know, the tape or use glue, use vellum, use, you know, your plastic, use cardstock. But after trying every single way, I am very happy with the clear pockets and sewing them. But I do want to say it took a lot longer, because you just had to have everything right, because once you sew through it, it's going to show on the back side, and then you want that back side to be sewed on it. It was really hard, actually, to try to keep everything lined up and sewing on both sides. Not sewing on both sides, but making it come out together on both sides where you wanted it. So I liked that the most, but it was the most difficult. The second best way was the cardstock or really heavy book pages, with just, you know, just gluing it on. That was probably the fastest, easiest, and it was the prettiest. I will not use vellum again with the Fabri-Tac glue. So anyways, and then also for the tape, I'm kind of on the fence with that. It was okay. It was just lots, you know, just lots of time involved putting the tape on it and then peeling it all off and then sticking it on and then burnishing it. So those are my thoughts. That's what worked for me. And hopefully I inspired you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.